Our 3-race stretch of Superspeedway races starts out at the Talladega Superspeedway in Alabama for the Aaron's 499. Here at Talladega, we're approaching the halfway point of the season and getting even closer to the race for the chase here in the Gatorade Cup Series. Dale Lightning in the 1 has the pole for today's race, who's outside Nathan Stapleton in the 29, the winner of this race last season. Then third, Levi Schoen's, fourth is Oliver Galloway, and this driver is the most comfortable here at Talladega. Rounding out the top 5, Patrick Smith. He is locked into the chase due to his all-star victory a few nights ago. Then 6th is the runner-up to the all-star race, TJ Hanley. In 7th, we have Adam McDowell, Anton Charbois in 8th. 9th place is Jacob Davidson, and Eli Bright rounds out the top 10. The rest of the field, Roberto Rivera to his inside, Mac Anderson. Then we have Greg Torres and Charles Robert. Behind them, Carter Friesen won here at Talladega, latest in the Gatorade Cup Series. He won the chase race last season. Stephen Taylor to his outside. Then we have Lawrence Palapon and Diego Yepes. Steve Larker with Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Then there's Keegan Thompson and Sebastian Kukulon. Landon Lyons with Danny Lloyd. Then we have Josh Crash and Jake Galloway. Derek Hamill with Anthony Hernandez. Then there's Tim Gary and Justin Lightning. Luke Rainey with Alexander Rowe. Then we have Joe Jefferson and Pinislot. Our points there by over 200 points coming into this race. You know, he has to feel pretty safe about his chase chances. Then behind them, Jay Jefferson, Griffin Lynn, Ryan Taylor, and Jeff Wright, then Jonathan Beeford and Mathis Wells. And in the final row, 41st, Cole Luigi, 42nd, Trip McGinnis in the 19. That's our 40-car field for the Aaron's 499 at the Talladega Superspeedway. Let's get going with our starting command.
Drivers, start your engines.
In our field, firing their engines up here at the Talladega Superspeedway, the Aaron's 499. The pace car rolling off, our 42-car field rolling off. It'll be Dale Lightning and Nathan Stapleton on the front row for the Aaron's 499 here at Talladega. So with the All-Star race over and done with, drivers now know the direction their seasons are going. If you're someone towards the bottom of the points list, you know your chance at chase basically over unless you perform something here with 3 or 4 victories and get up inside the top 20 points. But drivers like Pena Salada know with a 200-point lead over second place that is over a race and a pretty good shot making the chase for the Gatorade Cup Series season number 8. Only one driver, though, knows he's in the chase. Patrick Smith, second in points, won the All-Star race, is in the chase no matter what happens to him at this point in the season. So Pack Racing here at Talladega Superspeedway Racing, 3, 4, and sometimes 5 wide action here at the Talladega Superspeedway. 29 laps, the pace car in. They go through the trial. Remember the start-finish line past the trial down towards turn 1. As it's going to be Dale Lightning, Nathan Stapleton, the release of the green flag to the restart zone. Let's get going. We're racing at the Talladega Superspeedway. Green flag in the air for the Aaron's 499. Dale Lightning leads lap 1 from the pole, and they're shuffling second. I'm back already 3 and 4 wide. They're going 4 wide for second. That's Greg Torres at the bottom of the 10 car. You're already 3 and 4 wide. You can see these drivers intense here. Look at that middle lane backing up with Adam McDowell and Eli Bright. They come off 2 down the backstretch. Now these drivers lined up. Can they get by? Dale Lightning. Torres looked for a peek, but the 38 got down there. Carter Friesen down the backstretch. We mentioned won the Talladega Chase race last season. How about, around they go. Sebastian Kukulon around the 21. Eli Bright as well. Kukulon comes up, gets hit a few more times. The yellow flying, they're still wrecking at turn 3. 83 and 26. Hit the outside wall hard. Mathis Wells, Ryan Taylor, landlines, Kukulon, Eli Bright. Yellow is out early on. We've not even completed 2 laps. Dale Lightning can lead them back from pole. Second place will be Diego Yepes. Third, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. So the caution flag is out first time. Lap number 2. Lightning from the pole leads us back. He's led both laps so far today. With a wreck down the backstretch, Kukulon, one of the first get clipped lines, is going to be done. Tim Gary, Eli Bright as well. Wells, Ryan Taylor, Oliver Galloway. The yellow is out. First time down the backstretch here on lap number 2. We'll see what happened to Eli Bright and the others. to me, this isn't really a position to where drivers would get wrecked. Right here, they're just 4 wide. We've seen that so many times here at Talladega. But Eli Bright and the 88, I'm trying to tell what happens here. Behind them, Pound Pound gets down line. The 88 Eli Bright just gets up into Adam McDowell right there. So the 16 tried to come down. 88 went up into the A3. They made contact. Eli goes down. Oh, look at this hit. Oh, 200 miles an hour into that inside wall. Landon Lyon's the same. They're a fast hit. Kugelon gets bounced around with Ryan Taylor. Oliver Galway comes up. He gets Tim Gary. A few cars filter through the middle. A hard crash, though, for Eli Bright into the inside wall. Over 200 miles an hour. That car never lifted, getting down into that inside wall. They just got too high into Oliver Galway right there. That's really a surprising thing, too, because normally they're good at 4 wide. It's just a little close there for the 88 and the A3. And up there, hard crashes with the 09, the 18. One more look at Eli's crash, then we'll go look at what happened up ahead with the extracurricular activities that they were having. Landon Lyons, luckily when he was spinning, that car slowed down. But Eli, once he started spinning, that car started going faster. And right there, Oliver Galway trying to save the car, got up into Tim Gary. I think that's what really started that second part of the crash. Wells and Ryan Taylor also got collected, as I believe they were trying to avoid it. So we'll see right here from the front stretch. There's the contact. They get down to Kukulon, goes for a spin. He gets hit a few times, up into the 26 and the 09. Then the A3 trying to come up, gets into the 26. Both those cars go around, and Joe Jefferson and Jonathan Buford Coluigi did a great job getting by without getting collected in that. We'll go on board the Eli Bright, the 80s. He takes a hard look into the inside wall. The Legend of Talladega cars. Halloween just around the corner, racing here at Talladega. He's involved in the big one early on. His chance at winner Talladega, done. Right there. Over 200 into the inside wall. The car up off the ground. That's like a mini part of Carter Friesen's crash that we saw at Michigan back in season number 5. Wasn't as bad, but that's still a hard impact for Eli. Coluigi, the 42, makes it through this crash. He started at the back of the field, was back here when the crash happened because of how early this happened. They never had a chance to move up through the field, and if you're back here, you see cars spinning and smoking already, you're thinking, man, we didn't even get to race, and I'm about to be crashed. He missed a few big targets right there, a few cars trying to take him out with cars coming up the racetrack and whatnot. Luke Ray, the 2, also back here. Sees behind Anthony Hernandez. They make their way through the crash on the outside. I wonder if we could see Eli Bright with his contact in the inside wall from here. Yeah, you could see that car lift off the ground. I'm sure Luke more focusing on what's happening ahead, but still a hard impact of the inside wall for Eli Bright. Saw it from multiple different angles there. See Pena Slaz, 77 points there, made it through. Patrick Smith as well. Not involved. So it's Dale Lightning, the 1 car. He started on pole. He led us back to the caution flag, and will lead us back to the green flag once we get going here in the Aaron's 499. Coming back to the restart, lap number 7, Dale Lightning, the 1 car, out front. He's led every lap so far today. A lot of cars actually out from that crash, and most of them that were involved are out. Matthews Wells, Ryan Taylor, Tim Gary, Landon Lyons, Sebastian Kukulon, and Eli Bright, the cars to retire. That is 6 in all. Oliver Galway, the only car that's involved in the crash, still on the racetrack in 36th. He is a little damaged, a little beaten up. We'll see if he can cling onto the pack, though, into the draft, to try and make his way forward. So it's Dale Lightning in the 1 out front for this restart. Diego Lopez in 2nd, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 3rd, Roberto Rivera 4th, and Anton Charbois 5th. Then Greg Torres 6th, and McDowell 7th, Stephen Taylor 8th, Levi Jones 9th, and Max Anderson rounding our top 10. So as it comes down the front stretch, restart zone for Dale Lightning. We are back racing at the Talladega Superspeedway. Charbois up to the top side from 5th. Rivera tried to block that, but then got back down in line. 12 car now using that middle lane. As Fitzwater may have gotten a slower restart. Rivera splits to the middle lane. The 10 coming low with Greg Torres. A very slow start at the front of the field, allowing these drivers to get spread out a little bit. Torres going to get to 4th as the field trying to get back together in the draft. And we will see that as they get up to full speed. We'll see the drivers start to get back up together, back up into a pack with this draft that they have here at Talladega. See Pez all over the back of the 1 of Dale Lightning. Staying in line for now. Here comes Greg Torres, the 10 to the bottom lane. McDowell, the 16 down low as well, but no help. The 12 and the 00 staying up top. They're helping each other out. Coming off turn number 4. 3 cars in a line at the front. Torres making the move down low in the 10. Fitzwater Sr., can he get down low? No. McDowell coming in the 16. Torres for 2nd. Dale Lightning blocks that spot off. To the start-finish line. Lightning leads his 7th lap of the race. And the battle for 2nd, the battle for 3rd, the battle all over the place here at Talladega. Greg Torres can move to the 2nd position to turn 1. Here comes into Charbonne, the 00 through to 3rd. Max Anderson, Jacob Davison on the inside lane. The 99, the 98. Down the back stretch, the 00 down low. Dale Lightning doing a great job, though, out front, keeping control of this race. That's what you need to do here at Talladega. He's doing a great job of it. Here comes Max Anderson, 3 wide for 2nd, the 98 car. Jacob Davidson with them. The 75 of Derek Hamill as well. And they're getting a run onto the 1 of Dale Lightning. coming off turn number 4. Anderson slides up, the 99 down to the bottom lane. Jacob Davidson for second. Derek Hamill now for second, the 75. A push from Davidson's teammate Levi Schoens, the 17. He's a great driver in this Gatorade Cup Series, won so many races. He wants another one here today. He's hungry. 4 wide for second. The Aaron's 499, Levi Schoens. Big move to get to second there. A push from the 34 of Steve Larker. Now Schoens look at the run he has onto the 1 of Dale Lightning. Can he make the move? Stays in line for now. Now he tries to get low. Steve Larker in the 34 goes down there as well. Down the backstretch. Lightning stays clear of the 17. Can Larker try to get the run the 34? He's not going to be able to. He's going to stay side by side with Schoens, though. He's going to get that second position. Look at him trying to get low into the 1 of Lightning. Try to shut the door, but the 34 is there. For the lead, Steve Larker. Big move off turn number 4. Side by side. More help down low. The 6 of Keegan Thompson. Pena Salata coming forward. Here he comes 3 wide. If Salata leads left, that's 5 bonus points towards the championship. That could be 5 more points that extends the points lead by to the start-finish line. Larker leads lap 9. So Dale Lightning leads the first 8 laps uncontested here at Talladega. Danny Lloyd 3 wide to the bottom. A push from Alexander Rowe. And back in the pack, 3, 4, and sometimes 5 wide at moments. Down the backstretch, Larker leads. Lloyd goes up with them. Alexander Rowe down to the bottom lane. Down the backstretch. Lloyd can get clear. Right now it's a stalemate, but Lloyd gets in front of the 33 Rowe to keep that second position. Stays with that 34 Larker. Comes down to cover the spot from that bottom lane as Charles Robert comes forward with Luke Rainey in the 2. 19 laps to go at the start-finish line. Steve Larker, Danny Lloyd, 1, 2 they have pulled away. 3rd place, Charles Robert. 4th place is a mesh between a 4 wide mess. Even 5 wide at points back here. I think they might go 5 wide. It's tight here. Look at Dale Lightning, the 5 wide move in the 1. Does he get back up in line? He does. The pack very spread out, unorderly here at Talladega. Trip McGinnis through to 4th. Stampton back up to 5th. But behind them, they are squeezed. Oh, around goes Fitzwater with Diego Perez. Into the wall. Go a few more. Shoot to the inside wall. Schoens, the 14. Patrick Smith goes down there. Jacob Davidson as well. Yellow flag. Second time on the backstretch. We're racing back to the yellow. Steve Larker, Danny Lloyd, Charles Robert, 1, 2, 3. Off turn 4. Larker trying to lead them back around to the caution flag. Lloyd's going to stay with them in the 56. It's going to be Steve Larker back in front with the second caution flag on lap number 12. Larker, Lloyd, Robert, McGinnis, Jeff Wright are our front 5. Second time here today the caution flag is shown, and some hard hits on the backstretch. The first go around Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Charlotte Bond packs the inside wall hard. There's McDowell. A few more involved. We'll see what happens. The caution is out here at Talladega. Another big crash off turn number 2. We saw them pushing together, getting tight. We knew it was not going to work out well, and it didn't for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in the 47. As he pinches down, Lynn kind of comes up into the A7 or into the A2, gets into the A7, who gets into the 00. There goes Yepez around. He tries to save his car, comes up, gets to the outside wall. Justin Lightning comes down after getting hit. He, I think, saves the car. Into Charles, shoots down the inside wall. I think hits it with the driver's side. Torres goes down there. Patrick Smith takes a spin down towards the inside. There's Max Anderson, Levi Schoens, Adam McDowell. Fitzwater trying to get away from it. Max Anderson spinning. Jacob Davidson, the 99. The 16 McDowell sitting there in the middle of the track. He might get hit right there by Jonathan Buford. And he does a hard hit for the 16 of Adam McDowell. So the big crash down the backstretch here at Talladega brings out our second caution flag of the race. Only 12 laps into the event. And this one going to take out even more cars. And Charbot takes a hard hit into the inside wall. It looks like trying to save that car. A lot of these drivers actually just spun around. Smith, I think, made some contact with the inside wall as well, if I'm not mistaken. Looking into Charles Bois, went down, impacted the inside wall at a pretty hard hit as well. Dale Lightning, the 1, barely missed this on the outside. The car that started pulling the dominant car right there. Those are hard to the inside wall. Smith goes down, falls. I think he hits the inside wall pretty hard as well. I think his car may have been up off the ground right there. And McDowell back up into the traffic. Buford in the 13 runs right into him, so that's why McDowell got all his damage. But Patrick Smith, our all-star winner in the 14, collecting this big one as he takes a spin towards the inside wall and definitely impacts it. He's in the middle of all this, they're spinning around right there. Some contact made up top, and they're going to get down into him. Smith goes around into the inside wall hard right there. That's definitely going to be a ton of damage and could take him out of this race if the team deems that damage unfixable or that he has too much. So the big crash at Talladega, taking out multiple contenders. Steve Larker, one of the contenders, he's out front right now. The 34 leads back to the caution flag. Steve Larker leads back to the green flag as well. He beats Danny Lloyd back to the caution. Lap number 16 for the second restart of the day after the second caution, and out even more cars from that crash. Now out of the race, we have Jonathan Beeford, Adam McDowell, Anton Charbonnet, and TJ Hanley. Shones, Patrick Smith, Diego Yepes, a few of them involved. Same with the 47, the 7, the 98. They were involved in the crash, but they're still left in the race. 32 cars on the racetrack here, as Steve Larker leading the race in the 34. Behind him in second is Danny Lloyd, Charles Robert in third, Trip McGinnis, the 9th teammate, in fourth, and Jeff Bright is up to fifth. Then we have Carter Friesen, Larker's teammate, in sixth, so 34 and 38, doing a great job both inside the top six. They finished 1-2 in the chase race at Talladega last season. Then Nathan Stapleton 7th, Jay Jefferson 8th, Joe Jefferson 9th, and Roberto Rivera rounding out the top 10. So here they come, into the Trioval. Steve Larker, the 34, finished runner-up here last season to his teammate, Carter Friesen. Nathan Stapleton won the Aaron's 499 last season at Talladega. So the past Talladega winners have found their way inside the top 10 around the halfway point of this race. Larker steps on the gas. We're back racing. Cars already breaking low. Lloyd trying to protect the bomb lane. Robert goes up high in the 9. McGinnis to the bomb. Jeff Bright down low. Friesen up high. Joe Jefferson up high. The 29 goes low. McGinnis through the third. Jeff Bright through the fourth. Stapleton, the 29, trying to get the run to get to fifth. He's in the draft with a big run. Down the backstretch, he gets beneath the 9. Now Trip McGinnis looking low on this 56 of Danny Lloyd. Pack spread out once again on the restart. These drivers trying to get to full song down the backstretch. Lloyd in the 56 trying to stay clear of McGinnis, the 19 car. Trying to get down there. The 56 comes down to cover the spot. Nathan Stapleton for fourth, the 29. He's going to take that fourth position away as well. Down the front stretch, 13 laps to go this time by. Jeff Bright line fifth. Front 5, single file at the front. Then you have Jay Jefferson 6th, Joe Jefferson for 7th. And a few more trying to find their way down the bomb lane. Here comes McGinnis, here comes Stapleton. That's for second. To turn 1, 3 wide. Nathan Stapleton made a move on Trip McGinnis, who made a move on Danny Lloyd. The 29 is going to pay it out as Stapleton moves to second. Jeff Bright in the 5, watch all that happening. Went with the bomb lane. He'll move to third down the backstretch. Here comes Jeff Bright, the 5. Been hungry for a win since season number 6 of the Gatorade Cup Series, the second race of that season. We're now in season 8. 3 wide further back. Rivera comes to the bomb lane. Jeff Bright keeps third. Stapleton second. And now can they run and get by the 34 Steve Larker? They come off the corner. Jeff Bright moves up. Rivera down to the bomb lane, the 12 car. The 5 going to try and shut the door into the trial when he does. Here comes Carter Friesen, Steve Larker's teammate, back up into the top 5, going for 5th. Stapleton staying in line for now. Jeff Bright staying in line as well. The 5 has a little bit of a run to turn 1. He's looking low, but he stays in line. Allows Stapleton to spot down low. Maybe they'll work together. Those are two Chevrolets trying to work together on the Ford. Here they come, down the back stretch. Who makes the move? Rivera does. Stapleton does as well. 29 car for the lead down the back stretch. The push from the 12. The push from the 38. Stapleton, the 29, to the point at Talladega. He won the Aaron's 499 last season. He's looking for it again this season. Stapleton clears Larker. But now if he moves up, Rivera's coming to the bomb lane. The 12 car. Here he comes. Carter Friesen going to get put to the middle. Keegan Thompson coming down low with a push from points leader Pena Salata. Into the Trioval. 11 to go this time by. Rivera leads at the start-finish line. Here comes Keegan Thompson, a big push to turn 1. He gets moved up to the middle. Salata to the bottom of the 77. Pena Salata, the 77 to second. Within striking distance to get another victory and extend the points lead. He already will because Patrick Smith is towards the back of the field, if not out of the race with the crash damage he suffered. Down the back stretch. Here comes Charles Robert in the 9, making it 3 wide for the point. Charles Robert, a big move to get to the race lead. Down the back stretch to turn 3. Dale Lightning, the dominant car, let the first 8 laps start on pole. Lightning is up here in the 1 down the bottom lane, 10 to go this time by. He's second on the inside. Off turn 4, Lightning in the 1 looking low. A push from Josh Crash. Robert to the middle lane in the 9. Dale Lightning down low the 1. A push from Josh Crash, as you mentioned, Lawrence Poundpond, Code Luigi, Steven Taylor on the inside as well, to the start-finish line. Leading the lap is Dale Lightning. Here comes Josh Crash with a 4-wide move to turn 1. The 1 tried to block it off. It was too late. Richard Petty Motorsports, 3 of their cars right now inside this front pack. And with 10 to go, you have to imagine one of them might get the victory lane. Crash moves up. Down low goes Lawrence Poundpond, the 24. A push from Cole Luigi, Steven Taylor, Danny Lloyd, and Alexander Rowe. Down the back. Lawrence Poundpond out to the front in turn 3. Now Cole Luigi, the second car on the inside. with Steven Taylor and two Toyotas, the 20 and the 56 coming forward. Here comes Cole Luigi, the 42 to the bomb lane. This is for the lead into the tri-oval. Steven Taylor, an even bigger move, goes 3 wide. 9 to go this time by Talladega. Here they come 4 wide. Danny Lloyd, the 56, on an aggressive move. To turn number 1, will it work out for him? It will. He has the inside lane, the preferred lane. Danny Lloyd to the front. Stack up in the middle lane, the middle falling back. Lloyd gets out to lead. Alexander through to second. Here comes Steve Larker back to the front with Jeff Bright, Nathan Stapleton, Anthony Hernandez on the bomb lane. 3 of the 4 Motorsports cars also in the front pack. The 5, the 24, the 48. Here comes the 5, 3 wide with the push from Stapleton. As Lloyd leads, Jeff Bright go 3 wide to get to second. Nathan Stapleton through to third. Hernandez fourth on the inside. The 5 moves up with the 56. The 29 comes over with the 48. Now Hernandez goes 3 wide for that second position. A push from Joe Jefferson, the 39. Cars moving out of line. Justin Lightning goes 4 wide further back in the pack. Hernandez 3 wide to get to second. 8 to go at Talladega. Lloyd leads in the 56. Hernandez is second. Joe Jefferson third, and then spread out behind. Coming up is Carter Friesen. Nathan Stapleton trying to get in line. He's in the draft. He might keep fourth. But Carter Friesen, an even bigger run. Here comes Joe Jefferson for second down the backstretch. Rubbing back there is Jay Jefferson and Steve Larker. In the middle is field. Joe Jefferson grabs second. Stapleton top to bomb down for Carter Friesen to get beneath the 48. Hernandez falling back. Stapleton coming forward. Here comes the 29 for second. Nathan Stapleton made a few big moves right there to get up to the front. And now the 29 to second at the start-finish line. 7 laps of racing to go. Does everyone in this front pack make it back without a caution flag? How about Peninsula down the inside? No help though. The inside is losing drivers. Stapleton right into the back of the 56 of Lloyd, staying in line for now as they come down the backstretch. Hernandez, the reason why that 29 didn't go low. 48 car, Anthony Hernandez to second. Salah in the 77, now the help from Justin Lightning and Lawrence Pallenpon. Nathan Stapleton falls back 3 wide up top. Anthony Hernandez, the 48, comes off turn number 4, running down the 56 of Danny Lloyd. Salah, the 77, over a 200-point lead over Patrick Smith. Now Salah, the 77, for second, wanting to extend the points lead the greatest margin he can. Justin Lightning, Lawrence Pallenpon wants to stop that. Here comes the 71, the 24. Then momentum broken with the 77 down in line. Now the 14 Patrick Smith right now currently scored the 30th position off pace. The 11, the 17 also off pace, and they could be factors coming to 5 to go. They are on the front stretch. They are luckily in the draft, so they're not as slow as they could be. Roberto Rivera 3 wide for third. Dale Lightning going to get stuck to the middle lane. And Peninsula, the 77, waiting, looking for the right time to make a move on Danny Lloyd. Off turn number 4. 5 laps to go this time by as they've calmed it down to 3 wide. And this will be a big moment in the race. 5 to go. A yellow flag would end it here at Talladega. Danny Lloyd leads Peninsula, Roberto Rivera, Alexander Rowe, and Steve Larker. They're now 4 wide in the pack. Rivera gets beneath Peninsula to turn 1. The battle for second. Steve Larker, Trip McGinnis, Charles Robert coming through in the inside lane. Rivera trying to clear Salah for second, but can't quite do that yet. Now trying to pull up in front of that 77. Salah getting crowded up to the wall. Here comes Steve Larker. Big push from Trip McGinnis. The run he had, and look at the car blowing up. It's Lawrence Pallenpon. The 24 blowing up. The 29 gets low. Pallenpon blowing up in the middle of the field. We stay green for now. McGinnis through to second. Stapleton got held up a little bit. We'll see if he can keep up with the pack. McGinnis for the lead down the front stretch. The 19 car beneath Danny Lloyd. Hernandez in the bottom lane coming forward as well. 4 to go this time by the 56 with the push from the 34 up top. Gotta get back to the point at Talladega. McGinnis fighting tough on the inside with no help. Lloyd can't get down in front, but still no help for that 19 down low. Thompson finally trying to come and save that 19. Lloyd doing a great job up top though. Down the backstretch, side by side for the lead again. Danny Lloyd the push up top. The 19, the bomb lane becoming separated. Lloyd back by in the 56. Stapleton did cling on to that 29 still in this front pack. Larker, he pushes his way to second now. Because he pushed Danny Lloyd clear, Larker is clear to second. They get down for Thompson and Cole Luigi. 3 to go this time by Talladega. Larker, does he make a move now off turn 4? Here he comes to the bottom. Steve Larker mentioned the 34 coming through. That car finished second in the chase race at Talladega last season, looking for one spot better this season. And with 3 to go, side by side, Lloyd leads the lap. 4 wide behind in the corner. Taylor making contact with the 42 and the 5. Now Lloyd can get down line second right here. He does. But Jeff Bright coming with a run in the 5. He's looking low. 2.5 laps to go at Talladega. Can they make it 2.5 laps more? The pack shuffling, knowing this is the final 5 miles of the race. Jeff Bright in the 5. Gonna grab second away. A push from Dale Lightning, who started on pole. Jeff Bright, the 5. Gonna get moved up to the top side. Lightning, the 1 to the bottom. Josh Crash, the 43, even lower. 2 to go this time by. Steve Larker pulls away to a nice gap. Stapleton on the bottom way of Jay Jefferson. Roberto Rivera. Jefferson looking low, down to that double yellow line. 2 to go at Talladega. 4 wide in the pack. Josh Crash through the second, but has a ways to go to get to Steve Larker. He has to stop battling behind, help him out. Down the backstretch, this is the white. They're coming to the white flag in the Aaron's 499 at Talladega. The battle for second has allowed Steve Larker to pull a nice gap over the rest of the field. And they're trying right now everything they can to stay clear and have a shot at that 34. Josh Crash trying to get down front. Jay Jefferson. Jefferson having none of that. Getting a push from Roberto Rivera. Coming to the white flag in the Aaron's 499. Steve Larker leads the event. 3 wide for second. Roberto Rivera the 12. Coming to the bottom with Charles Roberts, who gets back to the finish line in front. This is the white flag lap. The last lap of the Aaron's 499. Who leads in the background to the checkers? Rivera, the 12, stays clear to turn 1. He's going to be in the draft of the 34. Can he run him down and get by him? 4 wide in the pack. How's this going to last on the last lap? Off the corner, down the backstretch, Steve Larker leads Roberto Rivera and Justin Lightning. Down the backstretch, the final time at Talladega. Lightning comes with a run to the 12. He stays in line. It could be a battle of turn 4. The 71 went low, though. That may have ruined any shot someone had passing Steve Larker to turn number 3 for the final time. Lightning sucking up onto the back of the 34, make a move off turn number 4 to get to the front. Off 4, does Lightning hang to the left? He stays in line, he's not close enough, he didn't have the run. To the start-finish line, through the tri-oval. It'll be Steve Larker, the 34 team, back to victory lane at Talladega. Front row racing to checker flag. 34 wins it. Steve Larker out front the right time at the end, and no one was able to catch him. And work together, and Steve Larker, the 34 team, finished runner-up last season at Talladega. They improved it by 1 spot to victory lane here in the Aaron's 499. Second win of the season for that 34 team, and now they have a better shot making a wild card spot. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finish results from the Aaron's 499 at the Talladega Superspeedway. 2 caution flags are 8 laps, and only 6 lead changes, 5 different drivers lead laps in this race. Steve Larker dominated the race, 13 of the 29 laps to get to victory lane. Justin Lightning close there at the end, but ends up second. Roberto Rivera third, Anthony Hernandez fourth, Alexander rounds out the top 5. Then Keegan Thompson 6th. How about Pena Salada up to 7th at 70-17, unstoppable, almost a 300-point lead for that team. They have to know right now they are pretty good for that chase. 8th place, Trent McGinnis, Jay Jefferson 9th, and Steven Taylor rounds up the top 10. So as we look at our top 20 at the end there, we had 19 cars in the lead draft, 20th on back. Slow on the restart. I don't know if there were maybe some damaged cars in between them and the front runners, but 19 cars at the end had a shot at the victory. 20th on back were off pace. I'm guessing there were some damaged cars there in the middle of all of it. And right there, header for Lawrence Poundpound as he was running in the front pack. Tough break for him. The rest on down out from crash damage. TJ Henley on down to Mathis Wells. Let's now go look at the point standings. 18 races into the season. After next race, we will have one half of the season down. Here are the point standings. It's Pena Salada's season to lose at this point. Salada, almost a lock for the chase. A 300-point lead over Patrick Smith and a 518-point lead over 11th in points. And 11 top 10s in 18 races. Outstanding for that 70-17 this season. They have the points leads. Patrick Smith does keep second. Steven Taylor is now third. Trip McGinnis up to fourth. And Justin Lightning rounds out the top 5. Then we have Jacob Davison 6th. Code Luigi 7th. Sebastian Kukulon 8th. Max Anderson in 9th. And Anthony Hernandez rounds out the top 10. So as you look at our top 20, Josh Crash and Charles Robert, the 2 wildcards with their 2 victories. Crash in 12th and Charles Robert in 17th, both of them with 2 victories on the season. TJ Henley, another driver inside the top 20 with a victory. He's 20th right now. His Dover win would not get him a wildcard. He needs to get another win or 2 and get up heavy either Robert or Crash. Or if he gets 2 more wins, those 3 wins override 1 or 2 wins. Steve Larker, his second victory of the season, up to 27th in the points. Feeling a little bit better about his chase chances, but he still needs to be top 20 in points to use those wins as a wild card. Carter Friesen, 28th, his teammate right behind him, and Alexandro 35th with his victory. So after Talladega, we keep it on the Super Speedway swing as we go to Pensacola for the Mountain Dew 500. I'll see you guys then.